it meant anything goes. Anyone could die, anyone could fall in love, anyone could die, anyone could fall in love, anyone could die, anyone could die.
Asian apocalypse.
Concept was so cool.
Asian apocalypse.
Concept was so cool.
People couldn't believe it. They had to believe it. People couldn't believe it. They had to believe it.
Everything that you hit on the known level. Out the window. Everything that you hit on the known level. Out the window. Everything that you hit on the known level. Out the window.
I'm Jeremy Greer.
And I'm Gary Butterfield.
And this is Days of Future Cast, the podcast where Gary and I are going through issue by issue and talking about the Age of Apocalypse, the 90s crossover sensation. Weapon X number 3. Logan.
Indeed.
Wolverine.
It's our boy. It's that angry claw boy.
The Berserker from the X-Men only got one arm.
Yeah.
Does that work? Is that something?
One arm. Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Yeah. I'll give it thing status.
Okay, cool. Can we,
yeah.
Ben Grimm? Can you come in
Yeah.
and
Can you let us know? Did somebody say thing status? So we're continuing Weapon X. Wolverine has generally been hanging out with the Human High Council. He is the person who is aiding and abetting them in gathering forces to go nuke Apocalypse's America.
Yes.
And he's on a mission for that. He's off to go grab a recluse to help them accomplish that mission. He's separated from Jean Grey, who went to go hang out with Cyclops and rescue people in pens. And,
you may recognize that from all of X-Men.
Yes. I want to draw special attention to this cover illustration and Wolverine's feet. Have you looked at
wrong podcast, Gary?
No. This is not for good purposes. Look at them.
They're very tiny.
Hoofs. Yeah. He's got like weird little hoofs. It's really strange.
A lot of artists say it's really difficult to draw hands and feet, and I as somebody who can barely write his own name in a legible fashion, I get it, y'all. Drawing is hard. I always would just prefer you to hide the feet than to make it look like hooves. Just hide the feet. Much better. Put the foot behind the weird monster that he's stepping on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Just throw out some more energy from that monster.
Yeah.
There's already some energy.
There's some energy and some weird green light stuff, looking like the Tommy Knockers about to go down in this motherfucker. But
yeah, Wolverine versus Tommy Knockers number 3.
Dude, you joke.
But I got a spec script.
The crossover we've all been waiting for.
the X-Men versus Tommy Knockers. What are the Tommy Knockers up to these days, I wonder? How are they handling?
You are talking about the Stephen King novel? Tommy Knockers?
Yeah.
Cool.
I just think it's funny to refer to them as a general.
Oh, absolutely.
That.
Yeah. What are the Tommy Knockers doing? Let me look at the Tommy Knocker Facebook page.
Yeah. Himbos versus Tommy Knockers. The
Tommy Knockers were the original himbos, Gary. I think you would know that if you kept up with my meme page.
So we cut over with Wolverine walking in the Arctic here. And two where people were going to reveal to be Reavers have a sniper rifle on his face. They're scanning him for his mutant DNA, and they get into a little fight here at the beginning.
Yes.
Wolverine cuts him in half.
Hell yeah, because that's what Wolverine does. Although when they do shoot Wolverine, he does lose his boots. So maybe this entire time he's had weird feet and would just wear normal boots.
Just to fill him out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's true in this universe because Xavier died. His feet turn into hooves.
His feet turn super weird.
Yeah. My feet transforming.
you lose one fight with Dark Beast and he fucks up your feet for life.
Yeah, they sent him into the feet disintegration ray here.
I was unconscious for 10 minutes and look what he did to my feet.
Yeah, Bob. So he's hiding in the snow though. They knock him out of his boots. He's hiding in the snow. He pops out, cuts him in half. It's good. Good Wolverine action. The other one has extendo arms, but Wolverine also cuts him. The little pieces, cuts off his head. This is going to pay off later in a very funny way, I think.
I'll adore this page where he cuts the arms off because just every single panel is an action shot and it looks super good. Like it's
Yeah.
very clear and easy to read. Like I like stopped and looked at this page and was like, finally, Age of Apocalypse.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you.
I love
This is understandable.
the last panel with him walking away casually too.
Exactly,
Like this is
yeah.
really good artwork. Adam Kubert is good. Good at this kind of shit. We don't really know where he's walking to until the next page, where we find out he's going to the ruins of Wakanda. When we eventually do those X-Men Chronicles, we'll know Wakanda is where the X-Men's first base was, but it was destroyed. As you can see, it's now covered with snow. Not Wakanda,
Yes.
shit, Wundagore Mountain.
Yeah. I was gonna let you roll with that for a little while. I'm just figuring out because
Yeah,
just because we just
The
talked
Arctic
about Wakanda.
ruins of Wakanda. Yeah, that's what got me about it. Wundagore Mountain is a weird place where like Scarlet Witch is from, and there's like a Bovis or whatever the calf mom.
Yeah,
that, raised them
absolutely.
and stuff. Yeah. Bovinia or whatever her name is.
It's Bovinia. I'm trying to remember when that showed up in the animated series. Did we talk about Magneto knocking up the bovine? I think that's where the joke was. Yeah,
It's primarily, I'm sure that was the body of the episode.
Just 20 minutes of us improving on that little routine.
Yeah. Can I digress us real quick?
Of course.
Did you read the 2015 Vision series?
I read like the first 5 or 6 issues as it was coming out, but then just completely forgot that it existed.
Oh, okay.
So
I love that series. I thought it was phenomenal. And it has that Thanksgiving scene where it's like Scarlet Witch and the Vision's like extended family with like Bova and Quicksilver and stuff, and that's a really funny scene to me.
Amazing.
Wonder Man's there. He's like, hey.
My highest hope for that weird TV show with the bad name is that it would be like that. Like if they take all of that inspiration directly from that comic book, because I don't know what else that TV show could be and be good. Like I hope it's just the weirdest fucking thing ever, because otherwise, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah, I have no idea. Hopefully, I mean, and those have been on the back burner forever. Like I feel like we're actually not going to get those. It feels like I could still see it, but it also feels like I heard about those years ago. So just because time is super weird.
I was about to say, I remember hearing about like we got our first trailer like at the end of last year, so like it's not long ago. It just feels like it feels like a decade ago at this point.
Yeah. Wolverine's walking in. He gets a bad feeling. He's feeling paranoid, and he tries to shove his claws in Carol Danvers, but she jumps out of the way with her non-superhuman reflexes.
Right before this, there's a panel where he's kind of talking about the Kelly Pact and being suspicious of Apocalypse's motives and all this. And he says, "You might say I had my suspicions burned into me," as he's looking at what is like, I guess somebody like fucking nuked his ass.
Yeah. I guess that's true. I just thought that was a weird reverse shadow, but
no, I think this is like a nuclear shadow, right? Like this is like it's fucking wild.
No, that's definitely what it is. I think it's when Holocaust, when he was Nemesis, when he showed up here and fucked up Wanda.
I just want one of these on my wall. I think it looks good. And we've got Carol Danvers, who is wearing a ponytail with a holder on it that has 18 miles worth of ribbon for some reason. Don't understand what this is. Yeah, what is going on with this? This makes no sense.
It's real big. It's like she's doing those ribbon dances that people do. Is like cheerleading and stuff. She knows Carol Danvers. Carol Danvers, not Carol Dander.
Carol Danders.
Yeah, the Carol Dander, more like Carol Dander. I say as I slip her a bottle of Head and Shoulders.
Oh man, are you the guy from Harley Quinn, or is the Harley Quinn guy you, Gary?
Shut up,
Carol Danders.
So she says, you're not with Jean Grey anymore. He's like, no, she couldn't make it. And like he's like, hey, you're still guarding GW. And I thought for sure this was
I did too. I'm so glad.
GW Bridge? Or what did you think it was? Who did you think it was?
I thought it was GW, the fucking president.
Oh no, this is 95, dude. That guy was like 18, like just doing DUIs and like killing prostitutes at that time. Like,
well, I mean, his dad would have been president around here somewhere, right?
Yeah, but he wasn't. He was Herbert Walker.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess it wasn't GW. I saw GW, my mind immediately went to the fucking president. So that's just where my brain was.
I forgot about Gateway. I thought it was GW Bridge, which is like an old guy who's involved in Weapon X. But it's Gateway, who was like very around for a while in the 90s.
Gateway is such a weird character. Like he just shows up and like whenever the X-Men are like having kind of a hallucination journey, like Gateway is there. Like it's super. He's like the most down to earth Gateway I've seen is in this comic, and I did not know that he had this weird like accent thing happening.
He does because Xavier died. This is chill Gateway. This is like cognizant Gateway.
This is Gateway on weed.
Yes, you imagine Gateway on weed. They have to climb up to the top of this tower where Gateway lives. We cut back to the Human High Council, and a guy is showing everybody a video of the Infinites doing an atrocity. Just to remind him, I guess. I don't know. Testimony. Like I feel like we're all past that. You're in the burnt out ruins of Big Ben. Like,
what do we need?
Yeah.
What do you guys need to see out of all of this? And of course, this just makes everybody super mad, especially Braddock, who has always been super mad about this, but like he is like hopping mad now. And we get just a brief like glimpse of Emma Snow, Emma Frost.
Emma Frost. Geez, are you the cartoon or are you the real Joe?
But she's just saying that she's super mad because of so much that they, she's gonna fight to the bitter end because they took a bunch of shit away from her.
Yeah, she lost. I mean, she has the head scar. Like they took away her mutant power or whatever to escape. And basically they're saying like if Wolverine doesn't make his mission, we're gonna be fucked. And we cut back over to Wolverine's mission, which is hanging out with Chill Gateway, who has an accent.
Yes, and a bunch of computers, and he's just like, I guess he's just poop socking it, like he's at World of Warcrafting, or you know what I'm saying?
It's very like Dead in a StarCraft cafe, like vibes.
Yeah. About to finally get that near mount in Final Fantasy 14.
Yep. Yeah. They say basically, like what he's doing is he's like backing up the world's information. Because as far as I knew, he was just like a teleporter, but now he's like a tech genius.
Yeah, sure.
And I did not know about that. Maybe in this version, this is how they name the computers.
Sure.
So Wolverine destroys the sum of human information to get Gateway's attention.
Hey guy, what's up?
Yeah. Slash. Then starts holding him up, and him touching him zaps Wolverine with like all the information.
Yes.
Here.
Or actually, I think it goes the opposite way, right? Because all of the events of Wolverine's life gets downloaded into Gateway. Because Wolverine says it's like a slow, warm electricity was flowing out of me.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But then he also says like it's a hell of a joy buzzer you got. So I thought it was something Gateway was doing. But I guess in this version, when Gateway touches people, he gains all their memories or something.
Sure. That works.
I don't know. I haven't read up on a lot of Gateway.
I like that as a former cigarette smoker, I like that Gateway is still rocking his cigarette after getting like knocked the fuck down by Wolverine, and now he's zapping Wolverine's memories. He's like, but I'm not going to let my butt go. You know what I'm saying?
Not at any point. Like at one point, he just clasps it between his teeth, and you can tell he's doing it to hold a grip.
Do you have any idea how hard it is to get Camel Lights in this universe? Xavier really fucked over the tobacco industry.
The person, I can imagine the person who invented cigarettes being a mutant, just because so insidious. Like no. So he's basically says like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to help the Human High Council. Buku bad karma, mucho negativity. Snut my chub, man. Again, I don't know what accent this is. But he starts using his bola, which is how he teleports people. He takes a little tea ball on a string, spins it around to create portals.
Yes.
He starts sending Wolverine back, but the Reavers, who he cut off one of their heads and cut the other one in half, put the torso on the neck stump of the other one.
This is great.
This is awesome.
This is maybe the best thing that we've seen so far. Like this weird wired metal monstrosity with like a cable head on the top of it is just fucking brilliant. I love it.
For making him look like Cable was a mistake, because at first I was like, hey, wait a minute,
Yeah.
And then because I was reading this in landscape mode on my iPad, so I only saw the top of it, and then I scrolled down to see like, oh yeah, no, the body keeps going.
It's the epitome of like click for a surprise on Twitter. Oh,
it's a double Reaver. Shit. Just super cool. So they fight it off. Carol Danvers basically takes it, puts a explosive inside him and knocks him down the stairs.
But I mean, Wolverine does grab that wire he was standing on.
Yeah, Wolverine tripped him.
I just love this high level plan of you grab the wire, I will do the rest of the work.
Yeah, I'll just take care of it. And Gateway is like, this is the reason why I'm not going to do this. I am the repository of the knowledge of humanity, the index of every hard-earned scrap of information gleaned from our ancestry. He looks out in the sky, and the Vulture, like Lady Vulture, is here.
Sure.
To attack them. Vulturous.
Why not?
Yeah.
Vulturous or no, Vultura is the.
Vultura.
Yeah. And she is with somebody else. Pierce. Yeah, thank you. And so basically they are hunting down Wolverine. They and it's going to be more fights. Carol Danvers starts like shooting the plane down, and Wolverine has an idea, and it's to have GW teleport them onto the actual plane, where he basically very quickly dispatches of Pierce. Yeah,
Pierce is a real wuss. He gets in a slash, but Wolverine takes him down easily. Vultura jumps in the plane as well, and that happens later. First, no, that doesn't happen later. Carol Danvers jumps on Pierce to get him out. What happened to Vultura in this? I thought Vultura came and helped.
She did. She flies through one window of the plane, and then
just flies out the other one.
And then and Wolverine grabs her, and it's Shrip Rip Stoom, and she's right out the other window.
I forgot about the old Shrip Rip Stroom.
Yeah.
But it's so weird because Pierce, like, she bought me time to do this, and he gets out his claws like he's going to kill Wolverine, but they're just claws. And Carol Danvers sacrifices herself to save him, like turns herself into a suicide bomb and dives Pierce out of the window and explodes in the air. And I was like, why'd you do that? He's heals. It's his whole thing. Let him get slashed.
He could have done this, and you guys could have just flown the plane down and picked him up. Like, that would have been probably way more. Like, you could have just hung out on the plane. Like, it would have. Or
what if you kicked him? Like, what if you shot him? You didn't have to like suicide bomb him.
Or literally anything. Like, you could have just like stepped aside. What is he going to do? Rip up the plane? Like, you probably have another plane somewhere. Carol Danvers.
You have fucking Gateway.
Also, like, you have fucking gate. You have a teleporter. Yeah. What are you doing?
Carol Danvers throws her life away. It's always hard to forget this. Like, when I read this and I saw that she killed herself at the end, I was very surprised. And then I had to remember, like, oh no, like the Captain Marvel Renaissance happened in like 2006 or 2007.
Yeah,
like there were decades in which like this was a real like D-list character. It's only now that she's like a big deal. Not now, but like last decade.
Also, she somewhere in the midst of this, she managed to tie a do-rag on her head, which I think is a really weird look for Carol Danvers. Like, not like immediately against do-rags, but like this, it's just a really weird look. So.
That's all just the wrappings from her headband. She's like the old monk.
That's what I'm saying. She just wrapped it up. Yeah.
The old monk, the headband actually is Carol Danvers. He's just driving the corpse around like Xanthus King Jeremiah.
Oh God!
Get on
that, hackers! Get on that, Lance McDonald.
He's got to hack the comic book so we can see the off-panel secrets.
Come on, illusory wall. Where are you at on this? Where are you at on this crossover event? This was okay. Like, I thought that on our last session, which was we were recording about I thought we were recording about the middle part of this arc during the last session, and I was wrong. This is still feels very much like we're setting stuff up and we're moving characters to where they're going to need to be in a little while, and like and just dealing with kind of one-offs. Like, here's fucking Carol Danvers because some people asked us, I guess. Like, and that makes sense for Gateway. Sure, whatever. Like, let's do this. So this is not like super great, but it was surprisingly readable, and like the surprise monstrosity was super fucking amazing.
Yeah. It's just fun. Like, they just did a little action thing that was just like, let's go grab Gateway, and that's all that they accomplished. They grabbed Gateway. They're +1 Gateway, -1 Carol Danvers, and now they can do issue 4.
Exactly. Yeah.
Kind of fun action. Good. If you like the Larry Hama, Wolverine in our monologue, you get a lot of that, which I have an affection for. Like, it's all right.
This episode is a little short. Mm-hmm. Can I quiz you for a moment?
Sure.
I still have that page of Mikhail Rasputin.
Oh, okay. Still thinking about him.
Still thinking about him. And it has his like character card or whatever, where it's like Rasputin Facts Part 1, Part 2, and then it has a power grid.
Okay.
So we've got 6 categories here: intelligence, strength, speed, durability, energy projection, and fighting skills. This is rated out of 7. I want to see
Okay.
how close you can get to getting these accuracy, starting with intelligence out of 7.
Ah, boy.
And remember, Peter's this guy's brother, so this
Yeah,
dude
yeah.
might come for you later on.
Yeah. Trying to remember what I remember about Mikhail. I feel like there are a lot of mutants where their power is just some kind of undefined, like, transportation.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think he goes through universes. I think it's like
Okay.
Leela Cheney does long distance, and he goes through realities, maybe, because I know he's supposed to be very powerful when he shows up. I'm gonna say 4.
Ooh, close. It was 3. He's not a very
3.
smart guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Strength.
Again, I think his powers are all like teleporty,
Mhm.
if I remember. But he's also real ripped. And he's made of metal in this version. Is it like 5?
2.
2?
I'm telling
I'm
you,
a
man.
2.
You
I'm
and
not
Mikhail could have a good time doing some arm wrestling.
Arm
That's what I'm
wrestle,
saying.
I'm definitely not a 2.
Uh,
0.7.
speed.
He teleports.
That's what you keep coming back to. He's a teleporter. I don't know
That's the
what
only
this
thing I know. And he's Colossus's brother. Like, and he's got weird like metal skin. 3. I'm just gonna keep guessing 3s and 4s. 'Cause it's like the most I can get off is 3 or 4.
7 out of 7 in speed, Gary.
7.
Which I would assume is a speedster, right? Like that's like Quicksilver is a 7 out of 7.
Is Quicksilver
right?
a 6? Do they consider teleportation to be speed in this?
What is going on? I don't understand speed at all.
Do not understand these stats.
My favorite category for any mutant, which is durability, is next. How many shots of the Moonlight Greatsword can you get off before you have to go back to the bonfire?
4.
3. He's not very durable either.
Okay.
Energy projection.
Well, see, this is the one I would have said. I think that they put his superpower into speed. This is the
I
one.
think
What
they
I
did
would
too.
have. This is the one I would have called his superpower if I would have had to categorize it. So since that's not going to be like maxed out, I'm going to say this is like a 3.
This is a 4, so you're right on.
4.
And then finally, fighting skills, which I think is
It's very very general. I don't know. 3.
you
Did I get it?
got it. You nailed it. You
1
got
out of 6 or whatever.
1 out of 6 ain't bad.
Yeah, it's fairly bad.
And there's 2 pages of Mikhail Rasputin facts, and neither page tells what his actual power is. It just says that he's an alpha level mutant, and that's it.
That's his power.
Yeah.
His reputation precedes him. I've thought many times about picking up on eBay a set of those trading cards.
Mhm.
Just because I used to have those and pour over those. It would be fun for a nostalgic minute.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of those in a closet somewhere. I like to bust out every once in a while.
That shit's fun.
I tried to make when we started this podcast. I tried to make like I had like I don't remember what cards I was using, but I tried to make like a little commercial with them.
Oh,
to like because we started the podcast. I was like, oh, I'm going to put this video on Twitter and it'll be stupid and like but it'll give people an idea of what the podcast is because we'd recorded the pilot episode, so I kind of figured we had the vibe down. But I just could not make it funny to save my life, so I just scrapped it.
oh. That would be a fun Monster My Podcast style podcast. To
Yeah,
go through
going
the
over those
characters.
cards. Mhm.
Yeah, go through the cards and talk about the power, the stats and shit.
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
if you want this, if we get done with comic books, like okay, we're just going to shrink down the content that we're covering.
If we've read all the X-Men comics,
Yes,
like when we're doing this, when we're in Brains and Jars and the Singularity.
let's do a daily podcast. We'll record 30 at a time.
Yes. This issue, Cyber.
And if you want to keep us recording podcast, the place to do so is going to patreon.com/Duckfeed.tv. Donate a couple of dollars per month to get a bunch of exclusive podcasts, a bunch of exclusive stuff, but also just directly supporting us and letting us know that you like us. So thank you for the people that do that. And if you're considering doing it, thanks.
Yeah, we really appreciate you. The other thing you can do is leave us rating reviews anywhere
Yeah.
where rating reviews exist. And those help, apparently. I don't know exactly how, but I'm told that they help.
Nobody knows, but if you Google it on the internet, nobody says they don't help. So
Yeah, exactly. They help in that they do no specific harm.
yeah, it's like the opposite of Googling anything on WebMD, right? Like it's the opposite. Everybody, you just come back as like, oh yeah, that's definitely a good thing if people do that.
That'd be an amazing version of WebMD. It's just like, oh yeah, I've got periodic like sharp pains in my side. Oh no, that's normal. Oh shit, okay. I'm gonna start making like WebDM, like do like a fake website. It's just like no matter what, it just says it's all right.
So everybody DM Gary your medical problems so he can tell you like, wait, how old
Seems
are you?
okay.
No, that's normal for that age. Yeah, don't go see a doctor.
Yeah, I've had that happen. It's because I want to get sued and go to jail.
Bye, everybody. We'll be back later.
Bye.